To install the brackets for our CPU cooler, the first thing to do is remove these stock clips. They're each held on with 2 screws. Then we get these brackets. There's one to go at the top and one to go at the bottom. Now importantly, in terms of the orientation, we're going to want to have it with the screw holes facing towards the outer side and the little standoffs for securing the cooler towards the middle. And then we'll secure it in place with the 4 screws we've just removed. Just before we set our IO into the case, I'm just going to pass the cables coming from our fans through to the back. And it's going to be much easier to get these cables plugged in before we lift our IO up into place. So I'm going to bring the PWM cable through, and this grey header at the top is our CPU fan header. So we'll get it plugged into here. And we've also got an ARGB header at the top right of the motherboard, so we're going to get it plugged in as well. And then we'll just tuck this additional connector through to the back. I'm just going to pull this cable through as we slide it in. So we're going to have to slide this end in at the back first and then angle it up to get it into place. We can then secure the radiator into place at the top with the included short radiator screws. We need to remove the plastic protection from the cold plate. Next, we can add some thermal paste to the center of the CPU. It is included with the CPU cooler. And then we just need to line the CPU cooler up with a bracket on the motherboard. Once we've got it in place, we just need to get a thumb screw onto each corner. And then once we've done that, we just need to tighten each corner up and turn. So next I'm just going to route all the cables coming from the pump up to the back. And it's not so easy for me to get you a great shot of this, but our CPU opt header is the black fan header here just beneath our CPU fan header. So I'm going to bring the PWM cable back through and get it plugged in. The other cable coming from our pump is a USB cable, and we've got 2 USB 2.0 headers at the bottom of the motherboard. So we can bring the USB cable through the cutout at the bottom and get it plugged in. And we do get these clips to help organise the tubes on the IO. And we can remove the plastic protection from the screen. So on this screen we're going to be able to display all our system information, but if you wanted to move this screen, you can. So the first thing to do is it simply pulls off, and then we can just replace it with a standard logo. We do have some other mounting options included with the IO. So we've got this fan mount, and it's simply going to connect onto it magnetically. There's also the stand if you want to have it on your desk, and again, it's going to connect to here magnetically. If you do want to go with one of these options, you still are going to have to connect this up with a USB cable. So there is an additional USB Type-C port on the top of the screen. And in the box, we get 2 right-angled USB cables. So the right angle goes into the screen. We've got a standard USB Type-A cable, so you can plug this into the back of your PC if you're wanting to have it outside the case. Whereas if you want to go with that fan mount, there's an internal USB 2.0 cable. So you just plug that into another 2.0 header at the bottom of the motherboard.